So for Sprint 7, we had to do the terrain manager and the collision through the collidable stuff with the terrain. So start off, I've got my terrain manager. It is just a singleton asset manager. Then I have, and it just has my loading in, and then you can get the terrain. You can set the terrain to the current terrain, and you can remove the current terrain, which is both just called in the scene. For loading it, it's just the key, the height map, the texture, and then how many times you want to repeat it. And then in your scene, you just call set the current terrain with your key, and then you can get the current terrain and scale it in the scene here, and then you just have to do remove current terrain in the scene end, so that when you switch scenes, everything works all smooth. Next thing would be the terrain object, which is just kind of like a container with all the stuff. It creates the terrains as well. So just got all my draw stuff, my index stuff. Some of this stuff is really ugly, like this I'm not using anymore. I'm not using any of this. This was all just test stuff I was working with, and I haven't had time to clean it up because I've been busy with some stuff. I emailed you about it because something came up and I haven't had time to work on this a lot, or even my project, the Connect stuff. So I sent you an email, and hopefully that clears things up, and then you can email me back about it if you have any questions or any comments about what I should work on, because I won't be in class tomorrow either. But anyways, I have my row and column kit, which is just a simple math there with the clamp so that you can go off the edge. Surface position gets the triangles. I'm not keeping those in my cell anymore. That just have the min and the max in there now. So I'm getting the triangles, and then I have my math for getting the position on that the ray intersection on the triangle. That works all good. And then I created a indexer, or a iterator, sorry. So you can get the cell block index. So this returns an iterator that has a beginning and end of that cell block between the min and the max. So the min and max points. So it gets my column and row indexes, and then I set the starting point and the ending point, how big the row is, and how big the columns are. So this is the full rows, not just the rows. Additionally, when it initially loads, these are like not the correct values, so it will break if I don't have this check, and I just return a blank one if it doesn't. So I don't know if there's some reason why it's doing that or not. But I also have just the create terrain in here and things like that, and then here's my scale, which is just scales the height and the side length of the terrain. And that's about it for that. The cell, like I said, is there. Here's my iterator. So just whenever you do the add, it does the math to figure out if it should go down to the next row or if it should continue going straight. And then I have my begin and end so that I can get the beginning and end of my index. And then, so if I go over to my collision test, so I'm getting the min and the max of the group ABB, and then I'm getting my cell index and making an iterator called cells for that, and then I'm going through that iteration. I'm iterating through that iteration, and doing the math for that terrain cell against the group ABB, and then I'm drawing the cell that's colliding with, If it is colliding, then I'm doing the bounding sphere for each group item in that group against that cell if it's colliding, and then the same thing with its collision volume, and then I have my callback. For some reason, my iterator does not like to do the last cell, though. I don't know why, but it'll go from like the beginning one. So if there's like 9 cells to say that are underneath the min and the max, it'll do 1 through 8. But like the last one, which is there, because if I do cells end and I do it all with just the cell end, which is the last cell, it will do it. But for some reason, when I just do this initial iteration through, it won't go all the way to this last one. So I'll have to ask about that, because I really don't understand why that's happening. But it does work. So all the teal squares on the terrain are the ones that the group ABB is colliding with. I can also go off the edges here, and it will continue to work. And when I get closer in here, you can see that when the group collides, then it does the bounding sphere, and then when the bounding sphere collides, it will then check the group ABB. So you can see here, like, just to show that I am doing the bounding sphere first. It sticks out a little bit, and it's the sphere first. I guess I mean, it's not the greatest example, but yeah, it is doing it first. And then when the square turns to green, that means that it is colliding with one of the terrain cells. And I'm printing here. That's just to show that the callback is working correctly. I'm just printing. So all that works well. Other than that, the only questions were why my iterator doesn't like to do the last one, and then I also I haven't figured out how to do OBB collision with the terrain, because I only have the min and the max, so I don't know if we're supposed to like create an ABB with those and then put that through the math, or what we're supposed to do. So yeah, I'm really not sure about that one. But like I said, I sent you an email about why I haven't worked on the Connect stuff, and I will hopefully hear back from you about that. So that's it.